Think about your daily commute. Pretty boring, right? For most of us, it is. But what if it wasn't? What if that totally normal, everyday trip turned into an absolute nightmare? That's exactly what happens to the young woman in our story. And this isn't just some simple ghost story. It's a chilling mystery that all begins with one fateful train ride home.
So, before we even get to our main character, the story kicks off with this really creepy news report. It says, "Today, another incident of a man disappearing from his own room has come to light." I mean, poof, just gone from his own room. And the only thing left behind? Some strange drawings of the metro. You're going to want to remember that detail because, trust me, it is crucial.
Okay, so let's bring in our main character. Her name is Rima, and she's at the heart of this whole thing. She's just scored a new job, which is great news, right? But there's a huge catch, and it forces her into what you could only call a desperate commute.
And you have to understand, the pressure on this girl is immense. I mean, look at this. She's the eldest daughter, so she's got a dad who's not well, a younger sister who needs to get through college, and basically, she's the family's one and only financial hope. So yeah, the stakes for her could not be higher.
So this is the tough spot she's in. On one hand, you've got this amazing opportunity, a solid job at a bank that could literally change her family's life for the better. But on the other hand, there's this giant obstacle, a 30-kilometer commute. And that means a long and kind of dangerous trip home late every single night.
But Rima's not one to back down. She's a planner, so she figures it all out, right? She'll walk to the metro, hop on a direct line that takes her close to the bank, and then just grab a short auto ride to the office. It's a solid plan, totally logical. She thinks, yeah, I can make this work. And really, what other choice does she have?
All right, so with her plan all set, Rima dives into her new life. But it's on her very first day, on her way home, when everything starts to go wrong. The city's getting quiet, night is falling, and she makes this one small decision at the metro station. A decision that, well, changes absolutely everything. So, try to put yourself in her shoes for a second. It's the end of her very first day. She's completely wiped out from working late. And when she steps outside at 8:30 p.m., the streets are just dead. Super quiet. The whole city feels like it's gone to bed. But her long trip home is only just getting started. Her train pulls in, and the first few cars are absolutely packed, shoulder to shoulder. But then she spots the last carriage, and it's practically empty. And you just know, a little alarm bell goes off in her head. Wait a minute, why is this one so empty? Why is everyone else crammed into the other cars? Honestly, though, she's just too exhausted to really care. An empty seat is like a beacon of hope at that point. So she kind of shakes off that weird feeling, steps into the empty carriage, and is just so relieved to finally get off her feet. So she's thinking, great, a nice, quiet ride home. But turns out, she's not quite alone. And this right here is the moment her normal, everyday commute goes completely off the rails into something truly terrifying and inexplicable. Because sitting right across from her is a woman. And everything about this woman is just off. She looks deathly ill. She's holding this blue diary really tightly. And she's just staring at Rima without even blinking. It's super unsettling. But then Rima notices something that takes this from just weird to absolutely horrifying. Her eyes. As she looks closer, she sees the woman's eyes are completely white. No pupils, no color, nothing. Just this blank, empty, white stare. I mean, can you imagine? So Rima is understandably freaked out. Her phone rings. It's her mom. And it's a huge relief, right? A welcome distraction. The call lasts for maybe a minute. But when she hangs up and looks back, the woman is gone, vanished. The seat is totally empty. And her mind is just spinning. Like, where could she have gone? The train is still moving. They haven't passed a station. The doors didn't open. There is absolutely no way, logically, for someone to just disappear like that from a moving train. Okay, so her station is finally coming up. Rima gets up, stands by the door, just wanting this whole creepy ride to be over, and then she glances at her reflection in the door's window, and she sees her, the woman, standing right behind her. Her heart just stops. She whips around, expecting to see her, and there's nobody there. Nothing. Now she's really starting to question things. Was that real? Or is she just so exhausted that her mind is playing tricks on her? Rima practically jumps off the train, desperate to just get home and lock the door behind her. But here's the thing. The nightmare isn't over. It hasn't been left behind on the metro. It has followed her. And what she's about to find at home is going to tie all of this terror together. And the trip home just gets worse. She gets out of the station, looks around. No autos anywhere. The street is deserted. But then, way down the road, she sees that same figure, the woman from the train, just watching her. And Rima realizes this isn't a weird coincidence anymore. She's being followed. So what does she do? She runs. She runs home as fast as she can without looking back. She finally makes it, slamming the door behind her. She's safe. Or so she thinks. She goes to her room, her heart still hammering, and reaches into her bag to grab her phone. But she feels something else, something that shouldn't be there. It's a book. The blue diary. The woman's diary. Her blood just turns to ice as she pulls it out, thinking, how in the world did this get in my bag? And this is it. This is the moment it all clicks into place. With shaking hands, she opens the diary. The first few pages, they're filled with these horrifying, distorted drawings of faces. Then she sees super detailed sketches of the exact metro carriage she was just on. And then she gets to the last drawing. And it's a picture of a man. The same man from the news report, the one who disappeared. Right at that exact second, as she's putting all the pieces of this terrifying puzzle together, she hears a noise. A little scraping, shuffling sound. And it's coming from under her bed. So, let's just recap the situation. She's holding this haunted diary. She now knows she's the next target, and whatever's been tormenting her is literally in the room with her. So what happens next after she hears that sound? Well, the answer is as simple as it is devastating. After that night, after hearing that sound from under her bed, Rima was never seen again. 0 times. Just like the man from the news report, she was just gone. And that leaves us with these huge, haunting questions, right? Who was that woman on the train? A ghost? Something else entirely? And what dark secret did that little blue diary hold? We're left to wonder. And maybe we'll never truly know the answer.